you say worship is not an event, but a lifestyle. Comment on that.
Well, you can make Sunday morning, your church service, an event. It doesn't mean that you were worshiping during the week or reading the Bible during the week. And I think a lot of our churches have turned into event Christianity or event worship. It doesn't work. If you worship every day, the things you do every day, you become really good at, period. Everybody, even the world knows that. So if you'll enter into His presence at 15, 20 minutes, I'm not asking for 2 or 3 hours. Worship is a lifestyle. They said, Kent, what made you so different than the rest of the worship leaders? Number one, I host the presence of God. I'm not all that. I'm not that smart. I'm not even probably that anointed. But when you host the presence, it's released. And then when you do it as a lifestyle, like I said, I'm not having to get up for any meeting I'm ever going to do where they ask me to come lead worship. It's always burning. It's always the altar, the fire's always on the altar.
What would happen if a student has that
great
worship?
Awakening?
What would happen if a businessman has that type of glory on them? What would happen if a mother, a housewife, had that type of glory upon her? And then do you realize that when you use the word, when you host the presence of God, and wherever you go, the presence of God is going. Yeah. I mean, there's something going on in this world. Those that are hungry, those that learn how to worship, they are hosting the presence of God. But then the glory of God is coming. And can you imagine when those two collide?
Well, and those that are led by the Holy Spirit, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. Listen, said I pray for people at airports, rent-a-car counters, because people have a need, because I'm a carrier of the presence of God. I don't just turn it on and off at night or in the morning when I get up. When you're there, you can actually impart something of the presence of God to even lost people, because I've really never had anybody say, no, don't pray for me. If you do it the right way, people will receive it. And since you're a carrier, this glory you're talking about you can do it day by day. That's why when you ask me, worship must be a lifestyle. The Bible, book of Acts, it was not an event.
But not when you're doing a concert or something like that. When you're home by yourself, how do you worship?
You know, I never turn the switch off. I'm constantly either praying in the Spirit or I do a lot of singing, light singing during the day. I just found there's no reason to turn it off. And I think a lot of people, well, I'm going through something really hard, then pull out an anointed worship CD or your iTunes or whatever you got. Stay in the presence of God all day long as much as you can.